Silence is not a sign of weakness. It's a declaration of mastery. In a world obsessed with noise, where everyone feels the need to prove, post, and perform, the one who remains silent stands out. Silence isn't about retreat. It's about control. It's about knowing when to speak and when to let your presence do the talking. Power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it doesn't say a word. When you learn to be comfortable in your silence, you step into a space where confidence and clarity are born. You stop reacting to everything and start responding to what truly matters. Silence allows you to hear what most people miss, your own voice. You begin to recognize the difference between movement and progress, between noise and purpose. When you stop wasting your energy explaining yourself, defending yourself, or trying to prove your worth, something remarkable happens. You reclaim your power. You begin to build an unshakable foundation within. That's when people start to notice, not because you shouted, but because your energy shifted. You've become centered, grounded, and intentional. You no longer chase validation, you create your own certainty. Silence is a weapon in a world that feeds on distraction. While others argue, compare, and compete, you're in the shadows building, you're preparing, you're growing. You're turning pain into strength, confusion into direction, and doubt into unstoppable confidence. When you learn to master silence, you realize you don't need to prove yourself anymore, you just need to become yourself. The most powerful people on this planet are not the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who act with purpose and consistency while the rest waste energy making noise. Silence gives you space to observe. You see who's real, who's fake, who supports you, and who drains you. You notice the patterns, the traps, and the illusions. You develop emotional intelligence, patience, and strategy, qualities that can't be learned through words, only through awareness. Every moment of silence is a training ground for your mind. It teaches you restraint, focus, and control, the 3 pillars of power. So as you walk into 2025, remember this: your silence can shake rooms louder than your words ever will. Let your work be your response. Let your peace be your revenge. Let your results speak the language others can't ignore. You don't need to prove your value to anyone. You don't need to explain your journey. Stay quiet, stay grounded, stay focused. Because when you move in silence, you become unpredictable. And when you're unpredictable, you're unstoppable. The world won't see you coming until you arrive. Detachment from noise and validation is the secret to inner freedom. Most people are trapped by the opinions of others, desperate for approval, likes, or attention that vanishes as quickly as it comes. But when you stop needing validation, you start living on your own terms. The moment you detach from what others think, you take your power back. You stop performing for an audience that doesn't even matter, and you begin performing for your future self, the one who's waiting for you to rise. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop depending on external approval for internal peace. In 2025, the world is louder than ever. Everyone's talking, fewer listening, and almost no one is truly connected to themselves. Every scroll, every opinion, every piece of gossip pulls you further from your purpose. But the ones who wink, the ones who build real success, are those who know how to disconnect from the noise. They step back, they observe, they think, they move with intention. When you detach, you create mental space, and in that space, your vision becomes clear. You begin to see what you really want, not what the world told you to want. Validation is an addiction that keeps you small. It feeds your ego but starves your soul. You can't become your highest self while trying to please everyone else. The truth is, people will always have something to say. Whether you fail or succeed, they'll talk. So why waste energy explaining yourself? Let them talk while you build. Let them doubt while you prepare. Detachment is freedom because it shifts your focus from them to you. When you detach, your energy stops leaking through arguments and approvals and starts fueling your growth. The greatest transformation happens in solitude. That's where self-awareness is born, and that's where purpose takes root. You begin to see who you are when no one is watching, not the filtered version, but the real you. Detachment gives you clarity, and clarity gives you direction. Once you find that, nothing external can shake you anymore. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer beg, you command. You no longer react, you choose. So in 2025, make this your mantra: detach to elevate. Disconnect from the noise so you can reconnect with your truth. Don't seek to be seen, seek to see yourself clearly. Because when you stop craving validation, you become validation itself. You embody peace, power, and purpose. The world starts noticing your silence, not because you shouted, but because you no longer need to. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to become. It's not built in the spotlight. It's built in the shadows, in those quiet, lonely moments when no one's watching, when it's just you and your decisions. Every choice you make either strengthens your discipline or weakens it. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's the muscle that separates dreamers from achievers, talkers from doers. In 2025, while others are chasing shortcuts and instant results, your job is to master the art of showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. Inner discipline is forged through small, daily victories. Waking up when your mind says sleep, working when your emotions say rest, choosing growth over comfort. It's not glamorous. No one claps for you. No one notices. But this is where greatness is born, in the repetition of doing what others refuse to do. Every disciplined act is a declaration that you are in control of your life. It's you telling the world, I'm not led by moods, I'm led by mission. Discipline is freedom disguised as effort. Most people think discipline limits them, but the truth is it liberates you. It frees you from laziness, from regret, from inconsistency. It gives you structure, and structure creates strength. When your emotions fluctuate, discipline keeps you grounded. When the world becomes chaotic, discipline gives you direction. You can't control outcomes, but you can control effort. That's what discipline is, doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. When you start building inner discipline, something shifts inside you. You stop negotiating with your excuses. You stop waiting for motivation because you realize motivation is temporary, but discipline is eternal. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you moving. The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to push you to keep going. You must become your own coach, your own motivator, your own accountability. That's what separates the unstoppable from the average. They do it because it must be done, not because they feel ready. The disciplined person doesn't live by impulse. They live by intention. They understand that greatness is not built overnight. It's built every night, every morning, every moment you choose to keep going. Discipline is a conversation with your future self. Every time you show up, even when it's hard, you're saying, I've got you. I'm building something that lasts. You might not see results immediately, but you will feel your power returning. You will feel the alignment between who you are and who you want to become. In 2025, your discipline will be your advantage. While others are distracted, you'll be developing. While others are scrolling, you'll be sharpening. While others are chasing approval, you'll be chasing mastery. The discipline you build in private will create success that screams in public. Don't let a single day go to waste. Make your mornings sacred. Protect your routines. Challenge your limits. Because every day you practice discipline, you are rewiring your mind for strength, resilience, and control. So stop waiting for the right time. Create it. Stop chasing motivation. Cultivate consistency. Stop hoping for results. Earn them. Inner discipline isn't a punishment. It's the purest form of self-love. It's you choosing your future over your feelings. And when you build that kind of discipline daily, you don't just survive 2025, you dominate it. You become unstoppable, unshakable, and undeniably powerful. Because in the end, discipline doesn't just change your habits, it transforms your identity. Talk is cheap, execution is everything. In a world where everyone is busy announcing, promising, and posting about what they're going to do, very few are actually doing it. Your results will always speak louder than your words. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth, your vision, or your potential. You just need to show them through relentless action. Real power doesn't come from what you say. It comes from what you do when no one's watching. Every silent step you take toward your goals builds a foundation stronger than any speech ever could. When you let your actions speak, you create impact without saying a word. People can doubt your words, but they can't deny your results. Every time you execute, you're sending a message to the world. I'm not here to talk about what I'm going to do. I'm here to make it happen. Words can inspire, but only action transforms. Success has no interest in your intentions. It rewards your execution. The most successful people in the world are not the loudest. They're the most consistent. They're too busy building to be boasting. There's a powerful energy that comes from quiet progress. When you move in silence, you give yourself space to grow without interference, without the pressure of proving yourself to others. You start working for purpose, not praise. You stop chasing validation because you understand that your work will speak for you when the time is right. When you focus on execution, you replace noise with momentum, and momentum creates miracles. The more you do, the less you need to say. The truth is, most people announce their goals for the dopamine hit. They talk about change instead of being the change. But the ones who truly rise are the ones who understand that success is not built on declarations. It's built on discipline. You don't owe anyone an explanation of what you're doing. Your success will explain it for you. Stay low key. Work quietly. Let your results make the noise. The less you say, the more powerful your presence becomes. In 2025, the loudest person in the room won't win. The most consistent one will. Don't waste energy trying to prove yourself to people who aren't even paying attention. Redirect that energy into your craft, your habits, your mission. Build so much momentum that you no longer need to talk about what's next. You are what's next. Let your progress be the conversation. Let your discipline be the proof. Because in the end, words fade, Promises break, opinions change, but results remain. Your actions are your legacy. They're the truth that no one can debate. So stop announcing, stop explaining, and stop seeking applause. Keep moving, keep creating, and keep building quietly, because when your work speaks for you, the world can't ignore it. Let them talk, let them doubt. You just keep doing. Because when you act relentlessly, your results will roar louder than any words ever could. Your energy is your most valuable currency, more valuable than time, money, or opportunity, because it determines how you show up in every area of life. Yet most people give it away carelessly. They waste it on drama, gossip, negativity, and people who drain instead of elevate them. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it's essential. When you start treating your energy like gold, everything changes. You begin to see that not everyone deserves access to you, not every conversation deserves a reply, and not every battle deserves to be fought. The more selective you become with where your energy flows, the more powerful your life becomes. Energy is the foundation of your focus, confidence, and productivity. If your energy is scattered, your life will be scattered. Every time you allow toxic people, draining environments, or useless arguments to occupy your space, you weaken your inner power. Protecting your energy means setting boundaries. And boundaries are not walls. They're filters. You're not shutting people out. You're choosing who gets to stay in your peace. The truth is, not everyone will understand your growth. Some will feel threatened by it, some will test it, and others will try to pull you back into their chaos. Your job is to stay centered. You cannot build an empire while constantly defending it from negativity. In 2025, distractions are louder than ever. Everyone wants a piece of your attention. The news, social media, fake friends, endless notifications. But your energy is sacred. You must guard it with discipline and awareness. When you wake up, you're given a limited amount of energy for the day. Spend it wisely. Don't waste it proving yourself, arguing with ignorance, or chasing validation. Every ounce of energy you invest in nonsense is energy stolen from your purpose. Protecting your energy means knowing when to walk away, when to stay silent, and when to let go. When you start protecting your energy, you'll notice peace replacing chaos. You'll attract people who respect your boundaries and release those who feed on your light. You'll begin to operate with calm strength instead of reactive emotion. You'll realize that true power is quiet. It's the ability to remain grounded when everything around you tries to pull you off balance. Protecting your energy is protecting your future, because without it, you can't create, you can't grow, and you can't rise. So make it your mission in 2025 to guard your energy like it's gold. Don't give your peace to people who haven't earned it. Don't trade your focus for distractions. Don't allow the noise of others to drown out the sound of your own intuition. Stand firm in your boundaries. Move with intention. Surround yourself with those who pour into you, not those who drain you. Because when your energy is aligned, your power is unstoppable. Protect it, preserve it, and watch your entire life transform from chaos to clarity, from exhaustion to empowerment. Reinvention doesn't happen in the spotlight. It happens in silence. It happens in those long, lonely nights when you're questioning everything, rebuilding your mindset, and breaking free from the version of yourself that no longer serves your future. Reinventing yourself quietly means you're not chasing attention, you're chasing evolution. You're not trying to prove anything to anyone, you're proving everything to yourself. The loudest transformations are often the ones no one sees coming. While others talk about change, you're becoming it. You're in the shadows doing the deep inner work, healing, learning, unlearning, and rebuilding from the inside out. True reinvention requires solitude. It's not about showing off your progress online or announcing your next move. It's about going inward, confronting your truth, and realigning your life with purpose. When you choose to reinvent yourself quietly, you remove outside noise. You stop seeking validation and start listening to your intuition. You begin to make decisions that may not make sense to anyone else, but they make perfect sense to the person you're becoming. Growth requires space, and that space is created in silence. The world glorifies visibility, but transformation doesn't need an audience. The seed grows underground before it ever reaches the light. You too must grow in the dark before you bloom. The silence gives you clarity. It allows you to process pain, to outgrow habits, to release people who no longer fit into your future. Reinvention is not about changing who you are. It's about remembering who you are underneath the layers of fear, doubt, and expectation. When you move in silence, your energy speaks louder than words ever could. You become more focused, more grounded, more intentional. You stop reacting to the world and start creating your own. Reinvention is not a one-time act. It's a commitment to constant evolution. Every challenge, every setback, every heartbreak is an invitation to become something greater. But you can't accept that invitation if you're too busy explaining yourself. Stay quiet. Work deeply. Let people think whatever they want. Their understanding is not required for your transformation. Your silence will confuse some. Your growth will intimidate others. but your peace will attract everything meant for you. In 2025, let your silence be your strategy. Let your growth speak for itself. You don't need to post every win or announce every step. Just keep building. When you're ready, your results will do the talking. Reinvention is sacred. It's personal. It's the process of shedding old identities and stepping into your highest potential. Do it quietly. Do it intentionally. Do it for you. Because when you rise again, you'll rise different, stronger, wiser, and more aligned. And when the world finally sees you, they won't recognize the old version of you. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be.